I think it's great, Skip.
Yeah.
If Brady, okay, so Brady, 2018, he retired in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that, 4 years? Mm-hmm. That's the end. The end is near. He realized that I'm going to be exiting at some point in time. This is Bird and Magic to Michael. This is Michael to Kobe. This is Kobe to LeBron. This is, here, you guys, I'm getting close to the end. I still got a few more years to play, and I might win 1 or 2 more championships, but you're here to stay. I'm leaving, and here's the keys. It's great. I tip my hat off to him because a lot of people, they don't have to do that. They don't have to stick their heads and embrace another player that's great like you or could be great like you. I like it.
Look, I love Tom as much as anybody. As a competitor, as a friend,
with him.
as a teammate.
Yeah.
We talk all the time. Good friend of mine now. You know, we went through our battles. But I don't know about this, Skip. Like, I guess you walk into an opponent's locker room after you just sent them home in the playoffs and ended their season, as a quarterback of that opposing team, to say anything, I don't think it's in good faith. Now, when it happened to him and Drew Brees were friends. He went out there and played catch with his sons as Drew Brees was retiring.
He'd also just sent him home.
He had just sent him home, but it's a cool moment between two legends. But I'm not in your locker room.
Okay.
It would, if Tom had lost that game and walked in that locker room and said that, then I would have said, hey, that's really incredible. That's a really cool moment by Tom. But for him to go in there and say, I'm passing you the torch, it sounds good, Skip. It sounds good when we talk about it right now. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes, as the competitor he is, whose season just got over, I'm frustrated as ever. You coming in here and telling me that, like, if you don't get out of my face, if you don't get out of my face,
Andy,
one second. If you don't get out of my face because you just
I'm
beat
with
me,
you on this.
and then you go on to say you passing me the torch. Okay, I got you. Then guess what? 2 years later, I see you in the Super Bowl. I thought I had the torch. You beat him 31-9.
Yeah, but
I thought I had the torch.
But
you beat him 31-9.
What's the point? I pass you the torch don't mean all of a sudden I'm not going to beat you.
He didn't pass him anything but an L, 2 L's. He passed him 2 L's. And so it would come off genuine if you said Patrick beat him and he came over there and said, hey, you got me? Like this.
I think it's cool because I think Brady realized the end is coming. And he'd rather do it now than do it later. That's just me. But
it sounds good if the end was near, but he went on to beat him in a Super Bowl.
I understand that.
What did he go in there?
You didn't know that he was going to see Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl till he got there.
Right. But what did he go in there? Did he go in that locker room again and say, hey, I'm still passing? No, because that's ridiculous.
Keyshawn.
Yes.
I've said this for years about Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing
100%.
Because he will say the right thing all the time, but he doesn't always say the real thing. And I can make a case he was actually twisting the knife a little bit on Patrick by going straight to his locker room and saying, kid, I'm going to hand you the keys. He just handed him the biggest L of his career. He just beat him at his house at Arrowhead with the greatest overtime performance I've ever seen. And again, the old rules were in place, so you could just go score, and if you go score touchdown, it's over. I'm going to hit him over the head with the baton. A couple of years later, I think I'll just
no, but come on, man. The head coach says it's a great thing.
It's not conspiracy.
Okay, so
it's just what happened.
So Bill and Robert push him out the back door in New England. He says, you know what? I think I'll go to Tampa. I didn't see it coming. I don't think anybody saw it coming. It made sense after you thought about it because you say, wait a second. They got 2 receivers who made the two?
Yeah,
but they went 7-9. Well, Jameis is throwing to the other team like crazy. He's fumbling the ball like crazy.
He made all the right decisions to go to Tampa. That was the right move.
You want to talk about a little sleeping giant?
If you went to the Raiders or something like that, we probably would be having a conversation.
All right. There you go. I want him to go to the Dallas Cowboys. We probably wouldn't be having that conversation because Jerry would have mucked it up somehow. But the point was, he said, I'm going there. And everybody said, they're 7-9. What are you doing? It's a pandemic. You don't have time to practice. So he's taking his receivers to the park, and it's quarantined. And the park ranger is coming over and saying, you guys can't do this here. It's the law says you cannot do this. No, we just got to get ready. And you know what? The history happened.
Right.
They go win the Super Bowl, but they beat this guy 31-9.
Right.
Okay? So to me, that is the ultimate sort of football assassin, wolf in sheep's clothing.
I mean, you can look at it that way if you want to. I'm not looking at it like that, though. I'm just looking at it as a simple gesture, as he's passing the keys along, like Bird and Magic did, like Kobe did, like Michael did. That's all. That's how I'm looking at it.
Let's look at it like this in basketball terms. If Kobe and Jordan played in the final, we never got to see it, but let's just imagine, perfect world.
Well, we almost did.
And Jordan beat Kobe, beat him bad, beat him 4-1 in the series, and went into the locker room after. Was like, I'm passing you the torch, and then played him 2 years later and beat him again. We'd be sitting there like, I don't know if Jordan really meant.
Yeah, but I
don't know if you really meant you passing the torch.
I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking at Brady's coming close to the end. There was already rumblings in New England about the fallout that they was having with Belichick.
Bill had already told Robert
exactly.
He's done.
So I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I'm not looking at it from the standpoint of he's sticking a knife in him and twisting it. And
the only reason I'm looking at it like that, because there's plenty of time to reach out. You can reach out all off season. I can see you anytime. I'm gonna reach out at the most vulnerable point.
You can.
Tom ain't talking to nobody. He lose the AFC Championship, and he's not recognizing it. He lose the AFC Championship. He's as much of a competitor as anybody I know.
Different when Tom is doing it opposed to me. I'm not talking to Tom. I'd have told Tom to get the hell out of my locker room. I don't give a damn who you are.
You would have.
I mean, that's just
Patrick,
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
But Patrick, obviously, as a young guy, had a different found respect for him, and so he must have listened to him.
He listened because you.
And Andy Reid liked it.
Hey,
just like me, I liked it.
Richard Sherman would have told Tom, "Get the hell out of my locker room." You just would have, because you would have still been worked up, emotional, raw edge.
I might have listened to him and not said anything. Just look down like, I got you, bro. Like, that's good. That's enough. Like, I'm not today. Tomorrow. Let's talk tomorrow. Because right now I got to deal with this. And then what kills it is because we're going to have this GOAT debate. Like we're having it all the time. GOAT. Who's the GOAT? And as time goes and Patrick gets closer in terms of championships, this is going to loom large because y'all went head-to-head. Kobe and Jordan never went head-to-head.
Yeah, but I can't base that off going head-to-head on that conversation. I just can't.
You got to factor it.
Because if I do that, I'm going to break down his offensive line, his age versus a veteran who's been there six other times.
Even Patrick said the other day, right after the game, sitting out on the field to NFL Network, he says it's going to be tough to catch him because he beat me.
Yeah, it's going to be, of course.
But that's going to be tough to catch him. And in conversation, if we ever had head-to-head matchups in finals.
7 is hard, Skip.
With Jordan and Kobe, that would factor into the conversation.
Definitely.
Even if everything was even, it'd be like, well, they played. Kobe was in his 3rd year, but he's in his prime. He wearing 8. And he lost to Jordan. And Jordan
I don't look at it the same with Patrick Mahomes being in his 3rd year or whatever year it was, and Brady in like his 19th year. I just don't look at it the same.
No, I got it.
It's like Brock Purdy in his 2nd year losing to Patrick Mahomes, who's been there multiple times. I don't look at it the same.
You remember the '92 Dream Team Olympics?
Yes.
That was when Magic and Larry Bird told Michael, it's over, it's yours. The league is now yours because it was over.
Yeah.
And they knew it. Bird could barely play. His back was a wreck. Magic was kind of on his last legs. And they're just saying, hey.
And I look at it this way for Brady. Yeah. Brady's having some issues in New England. I don't know what's going on in his personal life and everything else that's going on. He knows he's probably not going to be in New England long. He wasn't sure when he left what the next stage is. He wasn't 100% sure that he was going to win the Super Bowl and go to Tampa. There's no way to know that.
I just think he knew in his heart of hearts he was not done.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Right.
He's done now.
He's done now. He left with a ring off Patrick, who he handed the baton to, apparently.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.